The day I didn't go home. I used to believe that life only changes in big, dramatic moments, accidents, weddings, funerals. I was wrong. Sometimes, life changes on a completely ordinary day, in a way so quiet that you don't realize who you've become until it's too late. My name is Zara, and this is the incident that changed my life forever. It happened 3 years ago, on a Thursday evening. I remember the day clearly because I was exhausted and irritated over nothing. My mother had called me twice, my boss had dumped extra work on my desk, and all I wanted was to go home, lock my door, and disappear for a few hours. I missed my bus. That one small delay altered everything. As I stood at the bus stop, scrolling through my phone, I noticed an elderly woman sitting on the bench beside me. She looked tired. No, not tired, empty. Her clothes were neat, but her hands trembled as if she had been holding onto something invisible for too long. She kept looking at me, opening her mouth, then closing it again. Finally, she spoke. Beta, can you help me? I hesitated. We're taught to be careful. Don't talk to strangers. Don't get involved. I almost ignored her. Almost. She said she had lost her way home. I asked for her address, but she shook her head. I don't remember the house number, she whispered. I only remember the road. Something in her voice felt familiar, like my grandmother's, before she passed away. Against my better judgment, I told her I'd help her find it. We walked for nearly 30 minutes. The road she described didn't exist anymore. New buildings had replaced old homes. Shops had taken over memories. With every step, her shoulders sank lower. Then she stopped and said something that shattered me. My son used to live here, she said, pointing to a glass building. He promised I'd never be alone. That's when I realized she wasn't lost. She had been left behind. We sat on the footpath, and she began telling me her story. Her husband had died. Her son had moved, chasing a better life, leaving her behind with memories and unfulfilled promises. The neighbors had changed, the city had moved on, and one day, she woke up and realized no one would notice if she disappeared. I looked at my phone. 12 missed calls from my mother. I thought about how annoyed I had been earlier, how heavy my life felt, and suddenly it all seemed small. I didn't go home that night. Instead, I took the woman to a nearby shelter. I stayed with her until she fell asleep, holding my hand like a child afraid of the dark. Before leaving, she looked at me and said, "You didn't save me today. You saved yourself." I didn't understand her words then, but I do now. That night, I went home and hugged my mother longer than usual. I started calling instead of texting. I began volunteering on weekends. Slowly, quietly, my priorities shifted. The incident didn't make me richer or more successful. It made me human again. And sometimes, when life feels heavy, I remember that Thursday evening, the bus I missed, the woman I met, and the version of myself who almost walked away. I never did find out what happened to her after that. But I know this much, I didn't go home that day. And because of that, I finally found my way.